Good afternoon, everyone. I'm gonna be discussing about the elements of communication. The elements of communication has five basic elements. They are communicator, the person who sends the ideas; the receiver, the person who receives the ideas; transmission, the act, way, or the method of issuing or sending the ideas; and the message, the idea, order, instruction, advice, suggestion, observation, appeal, or report, which is to be communicated; and response, the reaction or the reply of the person to whom the message was communicated. The communication process, generally, the communication process takes place through the following stages: conceiving a meaningful idea, translating this idea into an understanding form or encoding, transmitting these encoded messages, decoding the message for meaning. Shannon and Weaver attempted to describe the general process of communication for all situations. They mentioned that there are five ingredients in communication. These are the source, a transmitter, a signal speech, a receiver, a destination or listener. David K. Berlo's model consists of nine components. These are source, encoder, message, channel, receiver, decoder, meaning, feedback, and noise. So these are the elements of the communication. However, we can understand the communication process through the following diagram. So these are the diagrams. This is the sender, the thought, and the encoding, which is the transmission to message, and the reception, decoding, and understanding to the receiver. The communicator means communication originates from the sender. He realizes the need for conveying something to someone else. He has the purpose of communicating some information to one or more persons. Encoding means putting the message into code. A message is initiated by encoding a thought. The communicator or sender encodes the information to be transmitted. This encoding might take the form of verbal words, gestures, facial expressions, physical actions, or even artistic expression. The message. A message is an output of encoding the process. This message must be unambiguously understood by the receiver. The message must be clear and precise. The channel. A message is transmitted through the appropriate channel. The common channels include printed pages, face-to-face discussions, airwaves, and telephone lines. Since the choices of channels are many, the proper choice of the channel is vital for effective communication. Decoding. Decoding refers to finding the meaning of something conveyed in code. It is the process by which the receiver interprets the message. Decoding is affected by several factors such as recipient's knowledge and past experience, personal interpretations of the symbols and gestures used, expectations, a mutuality of meaning. Hence, decoding is for understanding the message. The receiver. Communication requires at least a couple of people, the sender and the receiver. One encodes and the other decodes the message. It will be complete only when the receiver perceives the message interact. The receiver must decode the message without distortion. If the message does not reach a receiver, the communication cannot be said to have taken place. Feedback. Feedback refers to the reaction of the receiver. It enables the sender to know whether his message is received and interpreted correctly or not. Moreover, feedback enables the sender to know the reaction of the receiver so that future communication can be modified if necessary. It also helps to check the effectiveness of communication. Noise. It is the enemy of feedback. Noise may occur at any stage of the communication process and distort the message. It hinders or blocks communication. So these are the examine specifics involves communication process. So Marpy, what are your feedbacks about the elements of communication? You're muted, Marpy.
Nice raman siya naman na pa grade 12 nga lesson sa una. So na sabtan ra.
Yes, now, yan, especially sa ato ang grade 11 na naman gini. So thank
Oo
you
na.
kay Marpy.